Hey there, joy to the world, friends and family. Welcome back. This is our Magic Monday. And if you're new here to this channel, click that subscribe button and ring the bell. They'll notify you anytime I post new videos. Also, if you find you like the content we provide here at Joy of the World, give us that big thumbs up, like and share. Share with your peeps, share with your friends. Help us get the message out about joy to the world. We are here to bring in a big, bold, bright, beautiful world, beautiful you. One that empowers you to stand in your strengths and your boldness and your confidence and bring forth the color to life that only you have. As you touch our world and your happiness comes forward, it makes the world a better place for all of us. So that's what we're standing on here. I also want to take this moment to thank you for your donation. They've all come together, and I've bought so many new decks to bring in new sources of wisdom, truth, and inspiration for us all. I'm happy to join you here. And I could say I'm a little nervous, but you know what? We're just going to percolate some excitement instead. Because the first card and the only card out is this Four of Wands. And when I was just shuffling to clean and prepare the decks to move over to this other area where I read every other week, in came the question is, are y'all really ready for me to open the gate? And I went, who? And they're like, you, Joy. And I'm like, what? Why am I the gate opener, the gate whatever? And I'm like, I don't even know, but y'all are like knocking on my spiritual door going, Joy, open the gate. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what that means or what that looks like, but we are about to find out, my friends. So let's dive on in. Over here, I'm going to grab a rune. That's a nice way to open up, get some ancient portal gate wisdom coming in about this Magic Monday. What do you have to tell us, life? No. Should we say a lot? No, let's be clear. So there was one that my thumb was on underneath all of that. So let's take a peek. Drum roll. They're like, baby, open wide. Uh-oh, we have a visitor. You gonna come grace the screen, baby? My handsome son. Hey, we work from home. This is the real time. Look at this good-looking guy. Isn't that, baby? Can you believe I birthed this and that he loves me? Thank you for stopping in to say hey. So if your Monday didn't just become magic, I don't know what could, right? So you just open wide and dive on in, take a big bite, drink, taste, and see that life is good. Well, who doesn't want to open the gate to the goodness of life? I know I do. Well, it says be prepared. Satisfaction coming. Satisfaction guaranteed. Now, my younger son, one of his favorite songs is Satisfaction Guaranteed by the group Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. I can tell you he was 3 or 4 years old just dancing around having a good old time and still loves that song. So I'm glad it's coming on through right now. And I'm telling you, I've got my other decks here and y'all keep pointing at this one. This is one of the new ones I was telling you about because of your donation that I was able to get. And it is called the Black Tarot. So, I mean, hello. They're having no problem. Now I got two naughty decks last week. You wouldn't think it. One is this vice versa tarot, and it was just all full of mischief when I was shuffling it for the first time. And then there was the Tarot de la Nuit. And they told me the lesson that I ought to pass on to you. I don't know if I say it in all the readings or not, but they said you learn the most when you can't control anything. And so those cards were coming in. I was just cleaning them up, moving them through, getting them ready with this energy. And they were birthing out these massive amounts of energy. Just kind of, I could say unruly, but really it was raw. And raw is a form of purity and truth that it can't be cut. It can't be redone. There are no do-overs. It's a live show, right? And so I was pretty excited about it. Although it could be unnerving, they were like, hey, this is where we learn the most, this embracing. And so this gate of truth that we're opening here, I see two cards are out. Hey, the volumes are trying to speak again, but we're not going to go there. That's funny. You left two behind, and I'm going to put one on the side. So let's go ahead and start working with this energy that you have here. So it's talking about be prepared. I see them landing there together for the Four of Wands. So now it's pointing this direction about being ready to be glowed up, to be lit up. I don't know if any of you have tuned in to Dharma Jane. So Dharma's reading, she does live tarot stories all the time. Today she's talking about being glowed up. And so I am ready to go. And that's about the fiery passion returning to your breath in your lungs, the motivation, the thing that wakes you up, that gets you excited, totally stoked about life, right? It's what you're born for. It's what you're here for. And be prepared to be satisfied, because this is seeing it in the mirror. No longer just something that you're intending, that you're setting the intention for, that you're working on, that you're manifesting here and doing so much here. It's when it opens like this. So we're opening the gate of our eyes. Ooh, what's going to be on that picture screen? We got the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Talk about bookends. Some team energy. Life swimming towards you. It's like you're talking about a gentle lope. So that's at an easy pace. But you know how Shaggy walks? If you've ever watched Scooby-Doo, he lopes. He like, dum, dum, dum. You can imagine that'd be the theme song of his mind, right? And I'd be like, dum, 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 dum. That's you loping along. You just going along, going along, going along. Don't know where you're going, but you know you're going to bump into something. And boop, what do you bump into but the Queen of Cups? And she's like, excuse me. And it's not in a bad way. It's like, oh, well, hello, who are you? Well, she's over here talking like, hey there, can I teach you something? And you're like, yes, okay. And I hear it power up, bloop. And she's talking about holding all the balance of life on your head. It's like a transference of emotion, but not like the concocted emotion, not the cocktail that throws you off kilter and out of balance and gets you into the wrong placement, is what you're talking about here. But this has to do with the concept of emotion, energetic motion. Interesting, you're being tricky. Okay, she must be a physicist here. This carries octopus energy. And the octopus, the movement of its life, it's often known as the Divine Mother. And y'all forgive the setup behind my head. This is how we're rolling today. And the Divine Mother setup about the life force of life breathing into you. And it has all the suction cups. And it's breathing in, like connecting with each thing in life, fully taking it in, fully measuring each step, making the most out of every motion that you make. Okay, it's like hybrids. There are some that are like these flex hybrids and things. And so as it begins to move, it builds up this kinetic motion, this energy into the battery and converts it into energy, okay, that can then be used to conserve on the gas. So that's what you're talking about here. Intelligent conversation. Intelligent conservation, intelligent conversation. It's up to you, my friend. So now that you've bumped into each other, we've started this intelligent conversation about energetic motion. What energetic motion? This Four of Wands is saying be prepared. Okay, so talk about taking some action, that preparation action. And you know what? It's not like, be prepared, that type of Magic Monday. It's more like if I know something good's coming in, like if you knew you were getting new furniture, it's like getting ready to have the old prepared to go, have the space in the room being made for what is coming, right? Or even have the space in your mind ready. Because sometimes if you're having the furniture delivered, the people do a free removal of whatever you have, or if you want to sell it and turn some bucks there, right? Whatever floats your boat, have the mind prepared that this energetic motion is coming, okay? The changing of the guard, the shifting of the energy, the being prepared to make the most. And what she's showing is her suction cups on the tentacles are becoming pearls, making the most of every movement. That's some deep stuff. I wouldn't have known. This is the first time I've let these cards talk, and that is bringing in the strength. Look at your sumptuous self rising up. Man or woman tuning in here, we're glad to have everyone. But that's your sumptuous self. You're talking about letting it go, being free, letting it move, letting it roll, letting all your something come on out. And it's causing this awakening of this companion. Not just a companion person, but the companion energy. Because we can bring in companions and after a while it just fizzles. It sizzles, then fizzles. And it makes its way on out the door. And we're left flat, like a flip-flop, like a welcome mat on the floor. And we're like, what just happened? And they're like, not this time. It's awakening by the preparation, by the layers of the atmosphere, the stratosphere. That means something is literally coming into our planet, y'all. Stratosphere. So under that we have the four of spheres. They're saying, talking about spheres. Very interesting. Let's find out what's coming into the stratosphere. It was 1010, just as I said that. Making room in your arms for this new baby, this new bundle. For some of you, that can be the real deal. But it's also this thing that you have felt inside of you for so long that you're ready to take hold of, to love, to nurture, to grow in this plane, on this planet, right? It's like I didn't conceive this so long ago to just keep it there, talking to myself like it's all going to be good. You're like, no, I would not have cared nor carried this so long if it was just going to stay that way, because it has cost me everything. Seeds from above cost me nothing but my love, and that is everything, right? Okay, so you've been nurturing this with your love. Your divine goddess self is what is showing up here. God or goddess, we're talking about the Empress here. The Empress is one of action, of bringing it into fruition, where the Emperor is like sitting and holding place for something to come to him. This is something coming through you out into the world. That is what the Empress is about, a conversion point, and that's you. You're beginning to open the gate, the portal, the chakra right now. It's not even just a chakra, it is a shock wave impact. So the arrival, just like the thud when they set that furniture down the floor and it puts his feet down there and it's like boom, and you're just waiting for them to clear out the other, or to leave the house, and then you sit down and you boom. That's when it becomes real, like the Velveteen Rabbit, baby. It's an eye. It's the world. Your world. Your world is here. I would be jumping and turning cartwheels, but I don't even know what to think of that. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I've been conceiving that since I was born. I've been conceiving that for a long time. Ask me how. Look at this. This is what I dream of all the time for Joy of the World. I dream about a place where there's room for all of us, right? All of our bold, bright, beautiful dreams. And you're talking about pressing into the race. Get ready to run because your goals are clear. Your navel, that delivery through your nadis. Hold on, it's opening. Okay, so it has strong Four Pentacle energy, but it's talking about the four angles, and this is coming forth from the Mystic Dream Tarot. Showing up in the clouds there. Encouraging you to press forward, to know what you're made of, to utilize it. It's like, do you know who you are? Do you know what you're capable of and not capable of achieving for awards and accolades and doing my purpose in this world? No, it is the synergy of it all, the coming together in the you, that what pleases you and empowers you is also for the purpose and the good of the world. But as it comes out, it spins back in that meaning, right? In that love connection we got bumping up to you right over here. Whoops, watch it, girl. That's funny. They just made a heart. There's a channel. I just opened the gate of love. So let my love open the door. And they're saying the door. Let my love open the door. Okay. I hope y'all are getting something from this, because this is some interesting energy. It's almost like the pulling of taffy. No, it's like cotton candy. It's so like cotton candy. Okay, and what do we have next? The Chariot. Talk about earth moving, earth shaking. It's not like quaking at all. It's earth moving. The earth. This is like the breast and the belly of the earth beyond the Empress. Life itself is giving birth to a new race of people, a people of one heart and one mind, where we don't see black and white, but we see in color. If you've been around long enough, you know how I feel about the Wizard of Oz. Not only was Joy of the World my birthday song when I was growing up that I sang to myself, I promise that's where the channel came from, but it's also that we're all one people, and that we're to color our world with love, that it wasn't black and white. When we become whole-minded, it is the filling out of the form of it all. We are all each a unique divine color that makes the landscape of life even more bold, bright, and beautiful, as each of us, sew our thread to it, our stroke, our hallmark, our essence, right? Look at that. I mean, talk about moving so quickly. It's moving and it's coming into stabilization. And when it moves fast enough, it eventually becomes stable that even the naked eye could see. It takes form. It takes form. Our world is taking form. The Dawa. The Dawa. We opening it now. All right, I'm going to get a credit card on this because we need something. We need something. Okay. All right. That's so funny. We need love, sweet love. Sweet, right, juicy, delicious across these two lips. Not just up here, conceived all up in that belly, but you're like, I want to behold it. I want to taste it. I want to swallow some of that goodness. Okay. Now with that, we're going to go into a little bit of the vice versa. All right, we're back. So, meanwhile, while I'm waiting for the air, we're on day 18 now. That's why I leave the do not disturb off so that in case they need to contact me about arrival and delivery, we can get that rolling and going. So thank you for your patience there. All right. Now, we got the vice versa coming in on this world. Since we got it all moving and shaking, right? We want to see both sides of the story. We want this manifestation to come fully in. So give us the light of manifestation, not just on this chariot, but this whole world coming in. All right, got it. So first they want me to show you what we're leaving behind. We're leaving behind the desolation, the abandonment, of feeling disconnected from where we come from. You know, having lost the magic at some unbeknownst age to us when we were younger, even though it was still growing inside, it was no longer a part of us and one with us, living and animating through us. But that is the breath of life that's being breathed back in here, remember? It's that star breath. It's that cosmic breath. And that left life with its back turned on us. The door got closed. And we've been waiting for the gate to open, but it was like an atomic bomb. It went off and it destroyed a whole town, a whole city, a whole life, is what you're saying. And from then on, communication became strained. It became chaotic. It became effort. And having to use words and being cut off from the magic, the divine communication and the union that comes in with your divine beings, it was cut off and it was separated. But as they can say, here's the turning point. It's springing back to life. It's clearing the air. This lightning was necessary to green up the ground so that we can grow. And you're saying, grow what? They're like, you need to give them the backstory, Joy, because it's right here behind the door of these cars. What is it growing? And grew this divine connection, your magic. I know what this card is, but I have to call them what they are. This is the Emperor coming in, moving the magic of the orbs, drawing this world to you. Remember this chariot energy? Like, whoa, until finally the flux, the flutter stops and it becomes stabilized, okay? If you ever like cyanetics, look at those vibrating plates where they vibrate the sand. And when they're doing things that are even numbers, things harmonize. When they do 4 points, a square, and they spin it, it becomes stabilized, right? But when they do 3 points, it looks chaotic and imbalanced. This is the balance coming in here, all right? And how do we do it? We do it by moving it to the 8. And that's what he's talking about. How do we know it's 8? Because look, remember 2 sides? This is the man in the mirror, the magic mirror, looking through to divine your world. Can you see the world being formulated out there, the foundation being laid, all through the imagination of your mind of this world you have been cooking up? Right? And calling in Dawa. Okay. And look, talk about your divinity and the destiny, the threads, the ropes of destiny are ready, and you have turned the key, the gate, the lock, and it is open. It is no longer closed to you. It is hovering and moving forward as its own spaceship, your own mindset coming in as an image. Talking about an image maker. Because it's like a stamp, a press. Like a long time ago when they would print stuff and put it out before all this technology where we just talk, right? They used the printing press. Like a stamp, like a seal. It's a press. It's a replicator. It's a replicator of what? Resurrection power. Talk about the final phoenix, Quetzalcoatl. Quetzalcoatl talks to me about the final phoenix. For those of you who've been to hell and back, hell and back, hell and back, hell and back, da, 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 da. Like that would be the theme song of your chariot going on here. Do, 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 do. The hell and back that you're like, when is this ever going to end? When we going to get to that final phoenix, that final resurrection? Joy was telling us about, I'm used to this fire in my eyes. Like, hell, what just happened? Got to get up and learn my lesson one more time. You're like, remember, this time is eternal, it's real, it's everlasting, it's sweet, it's delicious, and it is divine, and it is yours at your door, right? This is the rising up, the flow of the judgment coming in that calls those forth into your true self. That's what the nakedness is, all right? And they're like, get up off y'all behind, get up and dance, right? And so it's no longer having to be disciplined. It's not about the work and that type of thing. Remember, it's that communion in the mind, the communication in the mind, that it's no longer that effort-based mentality, really. And that glows you up and it greens the ground, because remember the greening up going on here, okay? It greens up the ground, and now you're able to walk forward. You have your emanation with you, and it brings forth not just you, but it brings forth others, and the commonality, the common thread of humankind, to be able to come into divine relationship with what? The one. Remember, the eternal one, the everlasting one, the one that is like this, right? The one that is clear and pure, pure intent, pure focus, pure foundation. And talk about lighting you up in the balance and the complete of this completion of the circuit going on here. And look, she too is looking in the mirror. But what are you seeing here is this high priest, this high priestess. You are looking out and you're seeing you as the world, and the world as you. If we treated the world, well, we do treat the world as we treat ourselves. If we treat ourselves and the world the same, we would get a clear picture. Okay, we would get that clear understanding, but that's that mindset, the divine mindset coming forward towards us, connecting with us, so that we can see ourselves as one. Remember that human race, see ourselves in the eyes of another, but see it with the eyes of love. Remember the dawa, the love, sweet love, this embracing love, this resurrection love. Because let me tell you, when you've messed up and you've been forgiven, you're like, woo, won't do that again. And you're aware of the power of love and the price that was paid for it, because you too have had to forgive others as well. And if we keep that as our mind's eye, if we keep that as the center of the pupil, the center of the focus, as the golden rule, right? Treat others the way you would have treated yourself. To do that, not just treat them the way you want to be treated, the way you would have treated yourself if you were in that situation. Be the divine help, the divine love, the divine compassion, the divine comic relief, the divine curly haired, whatever, funny doa, crazy self, all that good old stuff. It opens up a portal on the floor, that portal of love. Remember? So she's like now showing me the legs being spread, like the cervix is dilating and opening, and the earth is giving forth its birth into this new light, this new window into life, this new ability. Like, it's not even just a chariot, it's more divine than the chariot. This is like whole house moving, whole self moving. This is the window of your soul looking out, and you're able to move about in it because you are fully protected and provided for. Your soul, S-O-U-L and S-O-L, is your provision and your protection, is your divine glory. It is your covering, is your purity, is your perfection, and it is your power. It is your right to inhabit. And when you inhabit it, intimidation is gone, is blasted away. Guilt is gone. Shame is melted, dissolved, done away with. There aren't the hurricanes, there aren't the earthquakes, there isn't animosity, there's no grudging, there's none of that. It can't even exist. It doesn't even exist. It can't even manifest in this realm, because this realm is charged with what? Life. And the circuit of life, and the full connection to life, and the powering thereof. Man, that's making me think of a bomb pop, y'all. If you have never had a bomb pop, talk about summertime. Woo, yes. Now look at here. Look at here. I see it. I know the way it could be, but the way it looks from here is that divine eagle, that divine phoenix over the heart. That resurrection power, been there, done that. Showing that love, that manifest love, that overcoming, healing, resurrecting power love. Power's in your hands. Divinity's in your mind. Talk about being devoted, committed to life. I love. Okay, y'all, this is funny. They're showing such a high divine order that even back in the Phoenician time and when they had the aqueducts and all that intelligence of the pyramids and Stonehenge and all that kind of stuff, they're talking about that's like little baby fodder feed see how its face is drinking a Capri Sun. It's got a sippy cup right there. It's like that was little stuff. Now comes the big stuff. The earth shaking deliverance of all people. Let's get a pearl. I see you. No more being alone. No more locked gates. Just an opportunity to invite you into this energy to allow yourself to let love open your doa, to let this love, this new cosmic life to be birthed in, this final resurrection, this graduation, this leveling up, okay? Hey, what do we say to that? I don't even know. So I'm going to step out right here. Hey, thank you for joining me. Welcome to your Magic Monday. I love you. Bye.